Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Spence, your buddy here at the Beacon House, and I am back today with one of my favorite people in the whole world, my lovely and talented co-host, Grace Steele. Grace, say hello.
Hello. Hi, it's good to be back.
How's it going over there, Grace?
It's good. Week before Thanksgiving, ready to eat some food.
Yes, week before Thanksgiving. Wow,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, time's going by fast.
And I know everybody says that. I know people always go like, oh man, this year's really flown by, but dude, it really has.
It really has. A lot has happened this year.
A lot has happened
A lot
this year.
has happened. So it's been trucking along pretty steadily.
Yeah, you fucking say that again. Man,
It's an uphill battle, but we're going now. We're going. Or maybe I should say downward, spiraling.
it's a race to the bottom for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, man, and I'm sure that we'll probably do like an end of the year, like a 2025 wrap up, maybe like after Christmas, or something. But it's been a wild year.
It has been. I was trying to remember, I remember in February, a bunch of stuff has already happened that we were like, what is going on? It's not even a 30 days in and the country's already on fire. Literally on fire. LA.
Literally,
Yeah, literally. The country was already on fire.
literally at the taping of this, like right now, at this moment, we literally just found out that they voted to release the Epstein files. Now, I don't know when you're going to see this. You'll probably see this a week later, and there's no telling what all is in. But they literally just voted 420. Was it 427 to 1?
Yep. One person said no.
Who is that?
I
Who is
know.
that one person?
What are they trying to hide?
God, man, I guarantee you know what they're trying to hide.
The FEMA director or the head of FEMA just resigned today.
My God.
But I'm glad. So finally, we're gonna get the Epstein. Oh, and P Diddy is being L.A. is now looking into sexual assault charges for Sean Combs.
I remember you were like,
Yeah,
You
I
were-
would keep all up into it. I was like, what is going on? This is crazy. I mean, anytime for me, because I'm a domestic violence survivor. I was a
Right.
victim, so I was in this extreme. No one knows. I was in an extremely violent, horrible relationship with the father of my child. Haven't seen him in 10 years.
Good for you.
He's we have nothing to do with him anyway. So anytime a man puts their hands on a woman, I'm like, we're basically, let's bury him alive.
It's go time.
It's go time.
Yep.
So I was so in it. He needs to go down. I'm disappointed in the time that he got and that he didn't get charged with that, but I was so into it.
Yeah.
And then all the crazy stories coming out with the lube and baby oil and all the stories and who could be in it and what's going on. We know what happened at those Diddy parties.
oh yeah. Dave Chappelle has a hilarious bit about that. And he kind of starts out and goes, how did somebody throw a sex party for everyone in Hollywood and I didn't know about it? He goes, am I ugly? I started thinking, I'm ugly. He goes, I'm not ugly, but I have snitch face. He goes, picture me across that lube party looking at you. I look like a snitch. So
Dang.
Go Google Dave Chappelle, P. Diddy. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He talks about all the baby oil that they found in his house.
Yeah.
And if it would have caught fire, you would have been able to see it from the moon or something,
Probably would have. And he had him in all of his mansions that I had to go to. But a lot of people said that they at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. they left. They were Chris Brown will tell if he's hanging out with upcoming artists or anything and they go out to the club or go to a party, he tells his entourage in the new, he's it doesn't matter what's happening, we leave at 2 a.m. We're not staying because whatever happens after, he's we're not going to be a part of it. Period. He's it's not good. And there's other celebrities who are no, they left. We don't.
So 2 a.m. was the...
Yeah, the cutoff. Maybe not just a Diddy party, but anywhere they're just if it's past 2 a.m., whatever's happening, not for us. We're done.
Everybody turn your cameras off and burn your underwear.
Yeah. It's we're done. Which, is true. You got to think about it. When you're a celebrity or you have tons of money and you're going through all that, think of all the stuff they're doing. Things that us normal people would never imagine that these sick perverts are doing to each other. Maybe they're not perverts. Maybe they're just, watching SpongeBob.
Could be. What if it's a bunch of grown, famous men that were just really into cartoons and they didn't want anybody to know, and he had a cool theater and was like, you guys, I've got the old Bugs Bunny. Like I found like the original, like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons cartoon without the commercials.
Let's watch that. Everyone else went home and they can just think that we're being these big, badass men and women.
Yeah.
You know.
That might have been what happened, except for the
baby oil.
The 75 metric tons of baby oil.
I just wondered, like, where are the dildos or the butt plugs that were with them?
God, I mean, who knows? So not only that, there's another funny one that came out. Apparently, and I don't know why this is just now happening. Again, somebody can fact check this, but they have just now started doing DNA testing on Adolf Hitler. Apparently, they've got some stuff that had his DNA. They still got his DNA somehow. Maybe, I don't know how, whatever. But they decided that he had several rare conditions that result in having a micro penis and some other health-related stuff, too. And also, like, a distended testicle, or like his balls, basically balls.
Like one ball. Like he just had it where it was like conjoined, where it was just one, just hanging down. Like, you know those cows that are like, you see, like, that have those huge necks.
Yeah.
That is just one big. It's like that. Like he just had he had a tiny micro penis with a massive one ball sack.
One big ball? He had one big ball?
With the tiniest penis. I bet all the pube hair just like covered it up. Have you ever seen Hangover? Hangover 2?
Yeah, yeah.
You know Chow?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
You know, in one of the movies, like he's like, I think it's in Hangover 2, and they're in Bangkok, and they all wake up, and like they're all looking, and they're like, "What is that?" And they look over, and it's just like his penis with lots of pubes, but pillows covering it, so they couldn't figure it out. That's what it was.
I can imagine Hitler has this like tiny little weenie and this giant. It must have looked like the weirdest door knocker.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the dude was a massive narcissist, and like,
guess who? We will ask the questions. My little dick. Oh, what a crazy. See, and you know, and I couldn't help but to think, also, you know, with all this stuff going on, like, I mean, they've got the time to do DNA research to figure out the size of Hitler's penis, which personally, I feel like we all could have probably figured that out by the way he acted.
Yep. I mean, I always assumed.
But, I mean, that guy, if anybody had little dick energy, it was Hitler. But, like, you know, there's people that can't. We've got starving people here, people with medical issues, and it's a good thing they figured out the size of Hitler's ball. You know what I mean? But they can't figure out how to, like,
singular ball sack.
Yeah, they can't figure out how to distribute SNAP benefits. You know, that's another thing that happened this year. It was the largest government shutdown ever, like 43 days, something crazy like that. That's how well our system works.
Our system just works so well.
Yeah.
It's so good for the American people. It's great.
I mean,
can you see my eye roll?
Yeah.
Let me roll my head as I roll my eyes so that the people can see. I'm sarcastic here.
Oh my God.
It's so frustrating. I usually don't get in battles on Facebook. Like I usually can like turn it off and read something and be like, or I might type something out and be like, it's not worth it, and just delete it, being like, you know, and I delete people on Facebook. There are probably like a 15% people who use snaps who don't need it. But the rest, like mothers who have disabled children, elderly people, adults who have disabilities. I mean, there are a lot of poor people in this country that need their WIC and their food stamp. Like, they need them. And it happened on, we're about to have Thanksgiving. It's like these people aren't going to have their food. And so all these people have been doing like food pantries, and neighborhoods have been getting together, and people have been, and that's been amazing. But these people that are saying like, well, they don't need to be on food stamps, I'm not paying for that, they don't, you know, I think it's awful, because what you're saying is basically that your 80-year-old grandmother who can't work, she doesn't need her food stamps.
Right. Like, well, there's also a hypocrisy to that too. And again, I'm not taking sides here. You know, I've been very outspoken on this podcast before that I don't identify with any political group. You know, I'm definitely independent by far. I'm not red or blue, because I don't believe that politics should be team sports. It shouldn't be. I don't feel like that it should be the Eagles versus the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, and you just pick a color because you think that team's cooler, and then nothing fucking gets done. I think really you got to look at like crooked people and honest people and try to weed those out and stick with the ones that maybe are trying to get something done. But regardless of how you feel like that, if people are going to take that stance about like, well, I don't want my money to go to this. Okay, that's great. I don't want my money to go for a lot of things too, like funding wars overseas. Like I don't want my money to go for horrible things like insider trading. I don't want my money to go help make Nancy Pelosi a little richer, you know, when she bets all her money on the stocks a week before they fucking come out and says, oh, that just must be lucky. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things I don't want my money to go for, but I think maybe some of the big awful ones would be a good place to start and not the one where maybe a couple people are dishonest and millions of people need help. Like maybe that's not, there's a term in business when they talk about pinching pennies and trying to like, what happens in business is when a good, honest business, if there's any of them left, and there are, I just say that, but a good, honest business hits a point every now and then where things get tough. Costs get high. It's hard to hire. You have a labor crisis, you know, whatever. Things get rough. It's hard to last.
It's true.
And when that happens, honest business people buckle down and they try to stick to their guns and they operate with morality and they just weather through it. And if a business does that right, they'll last. But what you get more often nowadays is you get some dildo that just got out of marketing school or one of these buttholes that's never worked a day in his life but went to school on how to be a CEO or something like that. And they'll tell you like, we got to protect the shareholders, slash everything, slash wages, slash all this stuff, lay a bunch of people off. We got to maintain the bottom line. Like it'll never come back. And more often than not, they just firebomb the company and it never does come back. But those are the kind of people that go, no. We've got to go in and nitpick all this stuff. But a real savvy businessman will recognize that. And what they call that is saving the wrong money. Like, I think that's saving the wrong money. You know, like anything that's good for the business, that's good for the customer, even if it costs a little bit, you need to cling to that, hang on to it. So sometimes, yeah, man, like going into like people's disability, people's retirement, their Social Security, their SNAP benefits, you know what I mean? There's a lot of other places we waste money. I mean, a lot of other places we waste money. So,
Tons.
You know, if you're going to be one of these guys that talks about wasteful spending, then I'm all for it, but you better figure out what wasteful spending really is.
Didn't we just have Elon Musk in there trying to find wasteful spending, but he didn't cut SNAP benefits?
Well, and he kind of got screwed too. Like, again, I'm not like a big pro Elon kind of guy, but he was on Rogan recently, and Rogan's like, well, what happened? What happened to Doge and what happened to all this? And he told him like every time they found something, they just firebombed it and like right back out at the government. Like, he goes, this is a club that's too big for even me to break open. Like, they're just not going to change, you know, like...
It's not. I mean, it's been running for, what, how many years? We've going on 200 and something?
Something. And it got real bad in the early 1900s, like with the Federal Reserve. And anyway.
We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Basically, the world is awful and corrupt, and we're screwed. And the people you think are looking out for you are not looking out for you.
Not at all.
But they have time to study Hitler's penis, so at least we've got that going for us.
That's true. And we're getting Epstein's files, so,
I hope we get... Well,
Merry Christmas.
Dude...
You have to love me.
Also, I wonder if they do release those files, what version of those files are we really going to get? I mean, if Donald Trump in less than 24 hours went from don't release them to I think they should release them, what happened? Who did he call and went burn them? Like, burn those fucking files? Like, you telling me we're really going to get the truth? We're
never going to get the truth. We're never going to get the truth. I mean, this is America. I mean, come on.
Hey, that's the truest thing that might have ever been said on this podcast. We're never going to get the truth. This is America.
This is America.
100%.
We are built on lies.
Jesus.
And bribes. That is what we are built on.
It just keeps getting worse.
At least music is still going and getting good.
Music is still going and getting good.
We have lost legends, but we've lost them before.
It's true. And man, I still feel really encouraged about just like where music is headed. Some of the new artists that are coming out are just like...
Have you listened to any of this new AI-generated music?
Man...
Caleb has, and he didn't want to admit it to me because Caleb's like a really big music guy. Like he's really big into it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm aware of that.
And so for him we were in the car, I forget where we were driving. It was a little road trip we had, and he was like, he played something. I was like, oh, what's this? And he goes... I've been kind of dabbling in listening to some AI because I don't know who it is, but I think I just saw it on Instagram a couple of times. But
there's a country
AI
artist. I think for the first time ever, there's a fake country artist called like Nick Dirtwood or something. I mean, it's something real obviously stupid, but there's an AI generated country song. and it actually went to like #1 on Billboard, and everybody was just like, "What?" And I listened to it, and it's not very good.
It's not. Well, Caleb played some music. It was like R&B. Some of
Yeah.
it was like Chris Brown regenerated, and some was I forget who else it was, and it was good.
Well, they are, and I
was
haven't heard
good.
this, but they argued on Joe Rogan's podcast. Like somebody was on there, and they were like trashing AI, and he goes, "Yeah, but have you heard that like 50 Cent remix?" And they were like, he goes, "It's good. We listened to it before we go on stage." And like, I was like, I haven't heard it yet, but there are people defending it. And man, originally I didn't want to listen to any AI generated music because I was afraid. First off, I don't want to support it because I'm a musician.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose the art
Right.
of making music.
And I was like, oh, dude, I don't. And at first I didn't want to listen to it because I was afraid I might like it. I was actually had a fear that I might go, holy shit, this is really good. You know, like, and then actually since then I've heard some and I didn't, to me, it's just missing this real obvious thing.
It's missing the
human
heart
element.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to it. And what it is it's just generating what humans have already made.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're cheating anyways because you're not making your own. You're just regenerating what's already out there.
It's like
so it's a whole thing. I will say with the things I have heard was good, and it was crazy to hear it, the way that they took the voice of these artists and then remastered it and everything that came into it. And the way Caleb explained it was like these people making it, I guess, and they're in a new age modern are artists. They're trying to be because they're using AI to generate it. But I still can't. My dad's a musician. My mom went to music school. I come from a house of music. I don't play an instrument. Music is extremely important to me,
and I
never want to lose the aspect of the art of making music. The same as with film. People like the AI generating, making these movies. I don't want the art to be forgotten. It's so important that we keep the art of creativity alive.
Like some of you really smart people will tell you that they hope that AI basically, it needs to be used for things that we need help with, like writing code and helping us, you know, like
how many ounces are in a gallon? Like
what?
I'm cooking and I need to know how to make a 1/8 teaspoon out of, you know, something else. Like
or making your car run better,
Yeah.
or making your I don't know, your home entertainment system, like getting the lights in your house to sync up or what, you know, whatever you want to do. But you should maybe stay away from like art, music, and movies. Things like that people that require sort of like an organic thing.
Writing
but then
books.
again, books. So yeah, man, or writing press releases, you know, in the event that
don't you guys remember the movie I, Robot?
yeah, exactly.
Don't you remember what
Terminator.
happens?
This is Skynet, you know, like I don't know.
My
but-
grandfather, he said years and years and years ago, he probably said this back in the early 2000s, that he was actually afraid of computers, of technology. He said that if he didn't have to use one, he wouldn't for work. And he was terrified that they were going to take over and that we'd be left.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're heading...
Well, the eventual
be.
fear, and you remember like 2001 Space Odyssey when the guys like open the pod bay doors and the computer's like, I can't do that, you know, like, and like everybody, I think people just, there's science fiction and humanity in general just basically assumes that once a computer gets smart enough, it's going to realize that we're an inconvenience to it.
Yep.
And the only logical conclusion will be to eliminate humans.
Exactly, because we are harmful to ourselves.
Yeah, and we get in its way of...
Yeah. Over dominating the world. And
or achieving its objective, which whatever its objective is.
which could be all peace on earth.
Yeah.
But they like see us as that we can't have peace with humans because we're so prone to violence.
Yeah. And I mean, there's even people that think, and this is getting out there, but there's even people who think that like the earth was seeded by like the super intelligence way back, like thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And we were just put here to kind of give birth to the AI, which actually becomes...
Oh, really?
It becomes the controlling intelligence in our galaxy.
Took long enough.
And we're kind of just here as we're just like the sack that evolves in over like several thousand years. We create it, and then it kills us off and goes on to take over the galaxy. Yeah, who knows?
How
Who
it
knows?
goes. You know,
Who knows?
Prometheus. That's that. Remember that movie?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
So
we're speaking of, I'll let you know how Predator.
Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Yeah, new one. I love the Predator movies.
I do too. You remember what was the one that came out on Hulu a while back?
Prey.
So
good.
So good.
So good.
Loved it.
I mean, have you seen the show Alien?
Yeah, spectacular.
They just picked it up for a second season.
It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, I love all of it, man.
I totally believe in aliens.
100%.
100%.
I've seen the breakdown. We talked
We
about it.
are an alien. If you think about humans,
Think about it.
Like, we're not meant to be on the earth. Like, the
Man.
only thing we do, like, we breathe oxygen. That's about it. But we destroy everything else.
Yeah, we're not good. We're not generally good for things. You're not wrong. But like, I wanted to take a minute and do maybe kind of a shout out. There are, I've recently had contact and with some people that don't live in the United States, that like live overseas, because of our dear friend Patrick Grief, who, and you guys are going to hear more about her. She's this phenomenal. Phenomenal guitar player. Or she's unbelievable, prodigious. Anyway, but also a composer. So she writes music for like scores, TV shows, even people that just have like a Twitch channel or a YouTube channel that need theme music. She writes classical harmony. I mean, if you guys find my Instagram page, there's videos on there where we talk about her. But she was kind enough to like work on the new Burn the City record for like, she wrote some like strings for some of like an acoustic song. And we're going to have her work on one other thing. Anyway, we had an association with her. Well, she's got some fans, and she kind of created this little community on a Discord server where the fans can get in there and talk, and she'll get in there and talk to you too and talk about what's coming up. She streams on Twitch. Please follow her on Twitch. If you want to see like a master at work composing music, like that's what you'll see. And it's funny too. Like, she's got this bird and it's real mean. Sometimes she lets it out and it like bites her, but then she'll pick up the guitar and like, you just want to break,
and rip it.
It just makes me want to go break all my guitars. But she's super cool, and she's got this community, and there's a bunch of really cool people in the community, and they're all super talented and artistic and kind and great. And it's just, there's people from France and Germany and Spain and Italy, and they're just all over. And there's a few people in America. There's actually a guy from Maryville. We were in there, and the guy recognized we had a like, Burn the City tag, and it said like, and he goes, "Burn the City? I'm from Maryville." I was like, "You're basically in the same town we're in?" How crazy it was. We meet him on this server from like Spain.
How the internet works.
That's how the internet works.
Bringing us all together.
But we did the post. The last podcast we did, I posted a link, and there were people who like listened to it and stuff. So if any of those people just happen to wind up listening to this, like, thank you so much for just your friendship and just being the kind of people that you are. Everybody in there is like super cool. Nobody's tearing each other down. It's not like you generally experience on the internet. It's not like what you get on Facebook where everybody's fighting and trolling.
Just how it is. Well, thank you.
And there's
the
people.
Support.
There's people that'll go in and they're just like if somebody's having a bad day, and there's people that are really young too that got bullied a little bit at school that day, and everybody's in there like supporting them, and they're just telling them like, hey, just wait, it gets better. Like, just figure out who you are, stick to your guns. Don't let anybody tear you down. You'll understand. It'll all make sense one day. Just hang in there, And if you start to get real bad, please talk to somebody. Like, there's a real supportive group of people. And so I just want to say, if any of those people happen to be listening, thank you so much for your friendship and listening. And thank you for supporting Patry. Like, she's definitely our North Star. And like, when this album comes out, like, even if everything we do sucks ass, the stuff that she wrote is absolutely magical. Like, it will elevate at least to what she did. I know we've got a couple people that may or may not be listening here, but we're kind of getting, like you were talking about, we're about a week out from Thanksgiving, at least at the time of the taping of this. I don't know when it'll come out, but there's just a few friends of the podcast that I just want to give a shout out to, and I'm not going to get into their personal business, but they've been dealing with some personal things. They've had some loss in their life, and I just kind of want to just give a shout out and lend our support and just say, yeah, I know what it's like when you're coming up on the holidays and they're going to be different this year. Maybe there's an empty seat at the table, or just you've been through something in the last 365 days that just causes your life to like never be the same. And now you have to go through like Thanksgiving and Christmas and just kind of carry that through all these times that are normally reserved for people to be happy
being
and
jolly. Yeah.
Jolly.
But it's hard to be. Holidays are hard for a lot of people.
It's true.
And so some things happen. And
yeah. Oh, and the first guy I want to give a shout out to is my friend Tim Mason in Australia. I've talked about Tim on the podcast before. I talk about him all the time on my Instagram account. Fantastic guitar player, really wonderful guy, extreme fan of music and just cool stuff. And he's had some stuff this year, and we just want to like give a shout out and say, Tim, we love you, and thank you for being there, and thank you for being who you are. And then also one of the founding members of this podcast, our buddy Casey Bishop. Casey and his wife Savannah had some tough stuff here recently, and I know this year is going to be a lot of it's going to be different for them And
Probably for a long time.
for a long time. And we're not going to get into the personal business, but we just want an outpouring of love and support to, one of our founders, one of our favorite people, and his lovely
thinking
wife.
about you.
We're thinking about you. And just, I hope that even if we're separated by time and years and situational differences or oceans, like my friend who's in Australia, like regardless of the distance and the space between us, either physical or conceptual, I think if we all just stick together, that's our best chance of getting through this.
Yeah. I mean, people need support. Like they need it. A lot of people feel alone this time of year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just like reaching out to like text, just have a conversation, just checking on someone can make all the difference in their day, their lives. Because the holidays is hard. It's harder than any other time of the year, definitely, because people they feel like they're not making enough to be able to give to their families, or they don't have families.
Yeah.
So it's just hard. Even people who might be able to do have enough, still might be a tough time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what was it statistically? It's like the highest suicide rate in the year is around now.
Yeah, and that's
it's sad.
Sad.
It really is.
And there's probably a lot of reasons for that. I'm sure if you dug into it, you would see why that happens. And I guess it's just psychologically tough around the holidays and a lot of times. But regardless of why that happens, that's just fucking sad.
It is sad. Yeah. But we're here to support definitely our listeners and to our friends to be there for them.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't reached out to anyone that you've been meaning to, take the time right now and pick up your phone and do that, because you never know what they're going through. And it can mean a lot. A lot of people internalize and hold things in. Like, I have a fear of abandonment. So I don't like to
I think I do too.
Talk a lot. Like, I don't like to be a burden on the people. So, because I'm afraid of them like ripping the rug out from underneath me or leaving me for whatever their reason. So I keep a lot in.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to be someone to look at me and be like, oh, she's just negative, or she's going through this. I hate when I've ever done that, when someone doesn't want to be around me because of something I've done. So that just carries along with me in life.
Sure.
So,
Sure. And man, I think it goes without saying, like, and we going all the way back to, like, I think one of the first ever guests we ever had on this podcast, our buddy Keith Wallen from Breaking Benjamin was one of the first guys ever. And this was, they were reflecting on the death of Chester from Lincoln Park. Mm-hmm. And Keith he was like, look, man, just talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like just, if you are having those feelings of despair, just go talk to somebody. There's so many places you can call. There's hotlines. You can Google. You can literally, there's so many ways to discover information now. You can use the AI that we were so careful with the AI, but also, like, just Google it. Ask your phone. Ask Siri. Whatever. There's places you can go, and there are people that are trained to help you, and they can point you in the right directions. They can get you in the right channels, and like we don't want it to go into 2026 missing anybody else. Like, so if you're really going through it, I advise you to seek help. And help comes in a lot of different forms.
It's a lot of friends, family,
the church,
animals, church, religion, hobbies.
Yeah.
Getting into some people just need, what do they say? Idle hands is the devil's playground.
Yeah. Some people going to the gym, working out is an incredible boost for their serotonin.
Reading. I know it's getting colder outside, so it's like you don't really want to do anything outside. But some people, that's also one of the reasons probably like why people are
seasonal depression.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah,
it's there. And we've talked about this before on the podcast about therapy, talk, being on medication. These things are all normal.
Yeah.
Almost everyone is on some sort of medication for their chemical imbalance, like whether it's anxiety, depression, ADHD, whatever it is. Like, it is normal and okay to ask for help and to go be on medication if you need it.
And to do maintenance on your mental health.
Exactly.
You got to think,
therapy.
Man, there's never since the dawn of time has there ever been like a car or a machine that just ran forever without any maintenance, without an oil change, timing, spark plugs, or changing the gears inside the machine, replacing the belt, keeping it like
putting water in it, gasoline. You have to put gasoline.
Something.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Invest if you anything this season and you're buying gifts for others, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Also, get yourself a gift of whatever it is that can bring you a little bit of joy.
Yeah.
Mine's food.
I love food too. God, I love food.
I love food. I try to find the joy in little things. I get to be with animals every day.
And it's such a blessing. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. This is probably a good time to tell a little story. You're talking about like finding joy and happiness in little things like that. I had a moment back earlier this summer, near the end of the summer, I think, where I was like still recovering from surgery, and I was still in a wheelchair, and I was sitting at home, and I was fairly depressed. I mean, it wasn't anything that could be helped. I was just kind of like, it was 2 months in. I could barely walk. I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I just felt like the world was slipping away from me, you know, and like I'd been in this one room pretty much 24 hours a day for like, it was just a lot. And I saw like, it wasn't animated. It was a live action Charlotte's Web from like maybe the early 2000s. I forget.
I still cry.
I bawled like a child, but there was a scene in it. It was one of those moments where you have like a light bulb moment. Something goes off, and I was sitting there watching it, and I was kind of getting the feels and everything. And like, it's a beautiful story, obviously, but there's a scene in it where, you know, they talk about the animals or whatever, and the lady's, she's in the doctor's office talking to this wise doctor. And I don't remember the exact context, but I know at some point the doctor says, well, like, he goes, you got to think there's miracles around us everywhere. He goes, you know, that spider knows how to make that web and without ever being taught. He goes, isn't that a miracle? And it was just one of these where I realized, like, we're surrounded by phenomenal things, incredible truths, incredible beauty, incredible miracles. And most of the time, if you don't see it, it's because we're probably just in a hurry. Mm-hmm. But and that was so striking to me that I was like, I rewound it, I watched it again, and when the guy goes, isn't that a miracle? And I literally went and like typed it out and just used like my phone, like a notes app, and I typed, isn't that a miracle? And then I found like a picture of a spider and put on it, and I printed it and framed it, and I put it in my bedroom on my dresser right next to the bed where I would have to see it every day when I woke up, just as a reminder, not necessarily of just the knowledge, but of that moment where I just felt it all. And I felt so lucky. I mean, again, busted all to hell, can't leave the house, in a freaking wheelchair, you know what I mean? But I felt so lucky just to be alive. And I felt so lucky to have all of a sudden everything around me, I was so grateful for, like my guitar over on the couch and my cats like on the chair next to me, and just I had food in the refrigerator. And I was like, I'm so lucky. Like, I may not be able to go out and like party, you know, but like I've got, like, first off, I've done plenty of that shit in my day. So I've had my time, but also, I mean, I got a roof over my head. I've got hot water. I got cool pets. I've got guitars. You know what I mean? Like, I've got just like, there's just so many things to be grateful for. Like, as long as you're not going too fast to miss all of it. And I had that framed image of it. It said, isn't that a miracle? And really, like, all of this is a miracle.
It is.
You know, like,
we're really small in the scheme of things.
I agree.
And we get wrapped up in our own personal bullshit. And then, you know, America's bullshit. And other people, we can't keep our noses out of other people's business. So we get wrapped up in it all.
Yeah, we do.
But we have to slow down a little bit.
And I don't mean to say like, oh, it feels just like, again, go back to Dave Chappelle, maybe one of the greatest philosophers of our time. But Dave Chappelle has this thing where somebody gave him that book, The Secret, that says if you just like change your outlook on everything. And he goes, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. He goes, imagine going to like Africa and telling a starving kid that you just need to visualize some mashed potatoes and roast beef. You know, like the problem is you have a bad attitude about starving to death. You know, like not every situation can be, this is a miracle. You can't Charlotte's Web every situation. There's actually people in the streets that don't have any food and they're freezing and it's cold, and there's people that are dying from terminal diseases, and like, you know, if you're lucky enough to be safe and healthy or warm and happy, like, I think it's worth observing that. And there's some people that can't do that, and I think that's when you were talking about like the food pantries and like
neighborhoods coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
we
important.
have work. We got work to do.
We have work to do, but there are good people.
Yeah.
There are good humans out there that, you know, make it worthwhile.
Definitely.
And I hope to be one of those people. I know you are.
I think you're definitely one of those people.
I think you are for sure.
Yeah, in fact, you were one of those people when I met you. You were taking up like clothing donations and stuff. I mean, like right out of the gate, that was one of the first things. Like the first year that I knew you were like helping people like where to donate clothes and stuff to the people at the home.
Well, I worked at the refuge
Yeah.
at the volunteer ministry. So I've always I've had a huge compassion for people and animals, people who can't help themselves, someone who needs a little step to like get in that right direction, or like animals, they can't speak up for themselves. I'm a huge animal advocate. So, that's why like I'm really strong on like, I don't like bullies. If you're a bully at all, I don't like you.
Same.
If you're just ugly like you're just, I just don't, I'm not going to fuck with you. Like there's no reason for me to fuck with you. It's hard for me to fake it. Maybe that's why I don't have a lot of friends.
Well, at least the ones you got are real.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, life, it's a cycle,
Yeah, and I think you got to stand up for the people who can't stand up for themselves when you can, as you can. And you may occasionally be the person that needs help, needs somebody to come stand up for you, But, going into the holidays.
Yeah, don't empty your cup.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
There's people out there who will do that they'll just keep giving and get helping others, but they're emptying their cup and they're not filling it back up.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
And there's also and I'm not qualified to explain this, but to that point, I know that there's also kind of a thing with these people that constantly empty their cup and just are trying to help other people so much that they're just on empty all the time. You were talking about maintaining your mental health. Mm-hmm. But there's also a kind of somewhere in there's maybe a history of codependency where people feel well, everybody needs me so much that, you know what I mean? There's also almost
or not feeling or not being needed.
Yeah.
They have a problem with not being needed.
Yeah. And so they inject themselves into all these other situations where maybe they were, maybe they weren't needed, but they could have easily maybe gone a little easier and maybe those
backed off a little.
They're the ones that apologize to everybody when they have to leave the party. I'm so sorry, I have to go. I've got to.
Oh, I apologize for everything. I feel like I do say sorry a lot.
But I'm talking about you think if somebody they're just not going to be able to do it without me.
Oh, I know those people.
Yeah.
Narcissist.
And Whitney Cummings has she's a comedian, but she also has a lot of insight onto therapy and things she's learned by going to 12-step programs and stuff. So you'll occasionally catch her on a podcast talking about it, and she talks about the internal medicine cabinet, which is up here. Mm-hmm. You have people that are addicted to real medicine, in the bottle or whatever, but then there's people that are addicted to this codependency where those people that if you hear somebody had maybe a problem or whatever, they're at the front door let me in, let's talk about it, I'm here to help. But really they're just kind of being a parasite to the situation, and she was that person, and there's a lot, but yeah, again,
it's an addiction.
Do your do the work on your mental health.
Invest in yourself. That's what I have to say on that.
And try to find you mentioned gratitude, and I just can't say enough about how much gratitude helps us, how good it feels to just find something to be grateful for, even if it's something small. I don't know what it is, I don't know how it works, but the act of having gratitude just fills you right back up.
It does.
It puts you right back on full instead of empty. There's something about it. And if I would strongly caution anybody listening that if you're one of these people that has a hard time finding something to be happy about or grateful about, or you always feel like your tank is on empty, your social barometer or whatever, it's not a great place to be, and you maybe got a little bit of work to do there. But the good news is, on the other side of that is so much happiness and so much truth and self-fulfillment, and you just got to figure out how to get the clouds out of your way, I think. But I encourage you to please do the work, be brave, look for support.
You might need medication for that.
You might need medication.
I will raise my hand. I need it.
Yeah.
I have to.
I went through a period when I needed it. I actually had a chemical thing where I had actual mild chemical depression, and we had to take some stuff for a little while, and it helped me a ton. And I never went back to feeling that way, but do whatever you got to do. I mean, go see somebody, go see a doctor.
Get a horse.
Yeah. Get a horse, get a cat.
Get
a
an
dog.
animal.
Get a good dog like Finn.
Go to a shelter. Oh, Finn is and he's so good with a puppy.
He's so good.
I'm training a puppy right now.
Are you really?
His name is Stormy. So
that's a great name.
So we're going to talking depression and feeling that we're talking about animals now. So that should make you very happy.
Very happy.
So I'm training a puppy right now named Stormy. He's a mini Aussie. A lot of work. I've been bringing him home. So I'm his glorified babysitter 5 times a week, but I'm also his trainer. So we've been struggling a little bit with some of the commands. And I know that his parents are both doctors. So they're not home a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why they've hired me as the glorified babysitter of this puppy. So, but I bring him on field trips with me at least once a week, and I bring him to my house. And Finn's always been weird with male dogs that aren't neutered ever since he was attacked when he was like 8 months old.
Okay.
So sometimes he can get around dogs, and if those dogs try to like buck up, Finn will fight them like off the rip. And he resource guards his tennis balls, his food bowl, and food. So if he's eating a treat or a treat drops on the floor and another dog is right there, Finn will snap at that dog.
And you said
a correction, I mean, which he does. And the other dogs usually take it really well and like back off, and there's no fight.
But you said that's called resource guarding?
It's called resource guarding. So a dog can guard really anything that's important to them. They can guard their human, the house, like livestock guardian dogs, like Great Pyrenees, which Finn is part Pyrenees.
Yeah.
They resource guard their livestock.
I hadn't heard that term.
And so Pyrenees are actually really good guard dogs because they're extremely territorial. And they will kill coyotes or predators or anyone that tries to get onto the property that's not supposed to be there. And they're badass. Like, they'll fuck you up.
That's awesome.
So, but Finn has a resource guarding. So, like, I can touch his food. Caleb can.
But another dog.
But
no
another
way.
dog, it's usually like, He's really good at just being correcting and not fighting. But if that other dog tries to fight and doesn't take the correction well, then a fight, Finn won't back down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's my kid, so, you know. So
there we go.
He's not going to start the fight, but he might finish it.
He's going to finish the fight.
He's going to finish it. Mm-hmm. But this puppy is here, and Finn. So I'll take Finn with me pet sitting sometimes with these adult dogs, and Finn sometimes won't have anything to do. Like, he'll like sniff and hang out and lay next to, and he's like cool, and the other dog will try to play, and he's like, no, I'm good. Like I'm just going to chill and hang out.
Like super mature.
Yeah, like super, like just relax. Just a very chill dog. Well, this puppy is here. Finn is going he's running in the backyard. He's doing zoomies. He's play bowing. He's throwing the ball in the air.
Love it.
He's letting the puppy eat the duck foot. He has corrected the puppy a few times because he was eating a bone and the puppy got up in his face, but it took 4 times. The puppy got in his face 4 times before he corrected him.
Oh, wow.
So I was very proud of him. And he lets him play with his toys. And they'll just lay on the couch. Let me show you this picture.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll show the camera.
Yeah. Hold it up there, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the puppy, and he's like eating the bone, but like...
Phenomenal. Oh, my God, he's right up in his grill.
He's like right up in it, and it's amazing. Like, he's so good with them, and I love seeing it. So Caleb and we're gonna get a second dog. I just have to be home more than I am now because I'm gone like 19 days out of the month. I sleep at other people's homes, which I think is also contributes to depression. I'm alone a lot. I'm just with other people's animals.
Also, in
house.
in a environment that's not your own.
It's not mine. I don't always feel comfortable. There's some houses I'm comfortable in because I've been there a lot. But if I'm having to go to a new person's house, it's like I'm not comfortable. I don't know, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know them that well, so trying to like learn the ins and outs of how to manage that. I mean, it can be lonely. I'm driving. I'm gone. I'm not home.
Yeah.
So
that's what a lot of people I think that like travel a lot for a living probably just live in hotels all the time or Airbnbs or whatever. They're just never
isolation.
They have a certain isolation thing, and you have to kind of. I've never done it. I know that a long time ago when I worked for Guitar Center, they were trying to get me to like kind of branch out and go all over the Southeast and go to all these different stores, and I just didn't want to do it. Like I wanted to be in one town. I wanted to have like a girlfriend and a steady, a band, and like I didn't want to just be nomadic and live on the road. Some people can do that really well.
Some people can, and they like it.
Yeah, but for me, just getting to sleep in my bed, more often than not, is like.
I miss my bed a lot.
Yeah.
I miss being home, like just being able to go grocery shopping and cook.
Yeah.
So. I'm like the slow season is upon me.
Yeah.
I know I'm busy at around the holidays, but that's not. I'm usually busy the whole month, so it's nice to be able. Like I'm home right now for 10 days.
Nice.
I know. I haven't been home for 10 days consecutively in since like March.
That's, man, just getting to slow down sometimes, man. Like
I need it. I feel
it's
like,
good.
yeah. And I feel
you zero
like,
in a little, you know, like
when it comes to it. So
you get those Charlotte's Web moments sometimes, you know, like
I just chase the money so much.
I know.
That's the
I know.
problem.
Well, here's the good news. It'll still be there to chase. It's always going to be. And if you're somebody that's motivated, if you're a hustler, you know, if you're a go-getter, like you're always going to
Paper
get back
chaser.
to that. Yeah. And maybe sometimes you need something to kind of slow you down.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know what I
happy
mean?
to slow down. And I had to check myself. I was
Yeah.
like, I have money, pay my bills.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself in debt again this year. I do it every year. I tell myself at Christmas, I'm not going to charge my credit card. I'm not
Yeah.
going to buy a bunch of gifts for everybody and spend money that I don't have. I do it every year, and I tell myself I'm not doing it, and then I do it. But I'm not doing it this year at all.
That's good. That's good. I've done both.
I hope I can stick to it.
I've done it both ways, man. And you know what's crazy? Like nobody's ever liked me better or appreciated me more because of the years that I maxed out my credit card for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the years where I just got them something like small and thoughtful that I could afford,
Mm-hmm.
they were just as happy. And I didn't spend the next 3 years paying interest on it. And I think maybe there's no wrong way to do the holidays, you know, like, but if you're one of the people that does have a lot of resources like that and you can just buy endless gifts for everybody, maybe also consider
Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots. Donate a little bit too.
Angel Tree.
Angel Tree. God, I used to do Angel
Young
Tree.
Williams.
Love it. Yes. Angel Tree, Young Williams, Toys for Tots, like Red Cross, whatever, Carm, just anything, man. Like, if you really do have all those resources, maybe find a way to donate to. And also, if you don't have those resources, or if somebody you know doesn't have them, don't shit on them. For, you know what I mean? For only either not being able to afford any presents or only being able to afford one when you can afford 30. Everybody, I think it kind of falls into everybody just do the best you can.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that looks like, be a good person to an animal, to a fellow human, to a neighbor. Just do a good deed. Karma is truth. It comes back onto you. And they say, I mean, if you are a Christian, which you don't have to be,
of course
you can
not.
be any religion, but
or no religion. You could be
yeah, you
absent
can
of
anything.
religion.
But in most religions, other religions besides Christianity, when you put your heart out there and you give part of yourself and you're doing good and you put that out there, you're receiving it back.
That's a pretty wide philosophy.
It's a philosophy that goes
Yeah.
around. So I just put it
feels
out
good
there
to give.
and bring back. I love giving gifts. That's why I always put myself in debt,
You know,
because I
that's-
love buying
well,
presents for people, but I
gift-giving-
can't do it every year.
Gift giving is a love language too.
Yeah.
So that might be one of your love
It
languages.
is. I mean, and I'll admit, I was very spoiled as a child.
so that
I
means
got tons of gifts.
anybody
I love
listening,
it. I like gifts.
If you need to know how to love Grace, you need to get her stuff.
But I also like words of affirmation. Like, I like to be told, like, you're wonderful, you're great. You're thinking, like, you know, you don't necessarily have to spend time with me, but just knowing that you're thinking about me, that's
Yeah.
important.
Well, and there's some people I know that are great gift givers, that they always just find something like stuff I would never think to get, like real clever stuff. And it's just real obvious that that's their love language is gift giving.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
try
I mean?
to do that.
But
I gave Caleb the LeBron Barbie doll.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to wait for
Nice.
Christmas, but I got it back in June when it first
That's a
came out.
long time to wait.
It is, and I couldn't because he's a massive LeBron fan, and
Yeah.
it was like a collector's item. I had to go on eBay and get it because it had already sold out after 24 hours. I had to like pay like $30 more on there than it was
Well,
originally.
And you know, I heard something recently. I do all these damn analogies. You were talking about be a good person and just whatever that looks like for you. Like somebody was telling me recently. Weirdly, they were talking about skiing, and I know nothing about skiing at all.
You never skied?
Never skied. But he was talking about skiing, and I was actually adjacent to a conversation he was having with somebody else that was also a skier, and they were talking about all these like Vail, Colorado, or there's a place called Snowshoe, and there's a whole bunch of them where people go to ski, and the trails have a rating.
Yeah, they're green, blue, and
black,
black, and then double black
double
diamond.
black diamond.
I used to ski like
Okay.
a lot. I used to go to Aspen, and we used to do like buttermilk. Yeah.
Okay, but what he was saying, so you knew, okay, so everybody, so once again, Grace is cool.
And I can ski a double black diamond.
Grace is cool as shit. I think that's
I don't
so
know. I
cool.
don't know if my knees will allow it now, but I could.
Well, what he was saying is like at some of them, the like double black isn't the same as at the other one. Like if you've got one where the whole thing is kind of beginner-esque, their double black is not going to be like the double black at the advanced one. Like at the advanced one, the green is going to be like double black at the easy one. So the ratings kind of are for the mountain in particular. That to me was a great analogy about like the difference between like people and what they have available. To like somebody that's like, I don't know, man, like a Elon Musk type person, generosity probably looks a lot different than it does for like me and you. Like,
oh yeah,
that guy could give $1 million away and not even know. No, I don't. No, I'm not saying.
It's like a probably spending $100,000 is like spending $50 to him.
Like dropping 3 pennies or something.
It's like nothing. It's like nothing.
So again, like figure out what the rating on your mountain is, like your snows, like your ski course, like just do the best you can within your ability to like donate and help. And sometimes
because it's still great.
It's still great.
It's still great.
And sometimes all you maybe have to donate is your time, and your time is so valuable that matters too. But just again, my friend Ben Eller, who's a light for all of us music types, and he's got a killer YouTube channel, and I've known the guy for so long, and like it's weird, these people in other countries or whatever, sometimes they're like, how do you know Ben Eller? I'm like, I've known him for 20 years. He lives here in Knoxville. He just lives there. I'm like, yeah, but he's like a huge star. He like spoke at the music conference in Germany and everything like that, but he's just like downtown hanging out. You know what I mean? But like he always says at like the end of a lot of his videos, he's kind of come to that conclusion, just like we did, like it's up to us to make the world a better place. Like the government's not going to do it. Like the politicians are not going to do it.
If you think they are, you are sadly mistaken.
You got some work to do. Yeah.
Very mistaken.
Like take care of each other. Let's do things. Let's fill up those food pantries. Let's help people out going into the holidays, and maybe just be conscious. Aside from all the kindness and the donations and all that stuff, we were talking about people maybe that have been through something a little tough. Kind of maybe be mindful that when you're out in society, walking around, going in and out of the gas stations, the offices, running the roads, doing your errands.
Don't be selfish.
And also, you never know what somebody's just been through.
Smile.
If you lose patience with like the cashier or whatever, just you don't know what they're going through. And this is a real good time to like take a breath, wait a couple minutes before you react, all that kind of thing, to just keep it cool. You know what I mean? Like it's a really good time to just be forgiving. So signing off from Beacon House, we'll wrap it up kind of there. But man, like Grace, it's so good to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you.
Absolutely my favorite people on earth. People love the conversations that we have, and we love
that.
We love them for loving it.
We do.
And we'll be back.
We love the support.
We love support, and we love all of our friends, no matter how far or near they may be. And thanks for listening to Beacon House, everybody. And, drop it in the comments if you want to hear us talk about something, or if you have a comment on anything we talked about today, we'd love to share it with people. We really will read the comments. We really will talk about it.
If you have questions, you're curious about something,
we're here.
Let us know.
We're ready to rock. And for the foreseeable future, I'm going to try to have all of these. We're going to have video of all the podcasts, like they're going to be on YouTube.
Which is scary for me because I don't like being in front of the camera.
Oh, trust me. You're a natural.
I'll do it for you guys.
You heard it right there. She's making sacrifices for you. So anyway.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays from Beacon House, and we will see you guys on the ice.